Well, hello there. Just kidding, just kidding. This was a planned last minute stream, so we're just gonna chill. Cause I don't have anything planned today. Let's see. Usually we do reactions on Wednesdays, but I decided to say fuck it, and we're doing it today, cause I'm gonna be busy, for this whole week. So, decided to give you guys a little treat. Decided to spoil you guys just a little bit. But yeah. Alrighty. Let's get the shit started, shall we? Oh man. Interesting. So for those of you who don't know how these reactions go, I react to like horror type stuff. But we are gonna search up like horrific things. Bro, if I were to watch that shit, I'd probably cry. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. I mean, spooky time, but like at the same time, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for real life shit, not like that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll watch this one. As my YouTube is all glitched. That's fucking great. Who can it be now? Here we go, guys. Another spooky season.
This dashcam footage was captured in the early morning hours of May 2nd, 2023 in Browns Plains, Australia. In it, a white car can be seen traveling through a series of roundabouts before continuing on a straight road. Everything seems calm at first, but just 10 seconds into the video, something pretty messed up was caught by the driver's dashcam.
She threw herself into that car, and that's a trap. Ooh. Bro was smart. That was a smart move.
Disturbingly, a woman can be seen crossing the street right when the car is going by and practically throws herself at the vehicle. A couple of seconds later, a man rushes towards the alleged victim and tries to get the driver to stop, though the driver had the common sense to drive away as fast as possible. Had the driver been distracted or shocked by the incident, he might have made the mistake of stopping and getting out to see if the victim was okay. Fortunately, the man and woman's bad acting made it more than obvious that something suspicious was going on, and that the driver would probably have been in danger had he gotten out of his car.
Bro was pretty
It's hard
smart
to accurately gauge the intentions of someone crazy enough to launch themselves into oncoming traffic and put themselves in the line of danger like that. But according to the description in the original video, the driver initially thought that the whole incident was staged to pull off an insurance scam, in which the supposed victim and an accomplice stage an accident, fake a severe injury, and then exaggerate their claim to receive compensation for medical expenses from the insurance company. Although this was the driver's first thought, the reason he drove off so quickly was something completely different. Later that same morning, the driver reported the incident to the police and mentioned in his statement that even though it wasn't captured by the dashcam, as soon as the man on the side of the road rushed out to help the supposedly injured woman, a group of men could be seen emerging from the shadows and sprinting toward the vehicle from behind. Realizing the danger he would be in if he got out of the vehicle, the driver took off immediately to avoid a potential carjacking, extortion, or even kidnapping. According to the Browns Plains police station, an investigation was launched after the report, but the people involved were never found. It's unknown what would have happened to the driver had he gotten out of his car to assess the woman's supposed injuries, or even had stayed there a bit longer in his car. One can only assume that the men were trying to get him out of his car for some horrific purpose. In 2016, a YouTuber named Bear with Hat.
Honestly, though, I would do the same. If somebody were to pull that kind of fucking stunt in front of me and shit. Just in general, like, if I were just driving down the fucking road one day and shit, and, you know, something horrible happens and somebody's, obviously trying to fucking carjack me, of course I would drive off. I wouldn't give it another fucking thought. But shit happens when you're in shock or when you're frozen in fear. It all depends on how fast you can react, like snap out of it type shit. And me, sometimes I have slow reactions. Sometimes I'm pretty fucking quick to realize what is going on.
Had uploaded this alarming footage that he recorded on his phone in June of that year. In the caption of the video, the uploader explained that after leaving his friend's house in Keller, Texas, he noticed a white Dodge Challenger traveling closely behind him. Suspecting that he was being followed, he pretended to enter the I-35 highway but swerved onto a service road at the last second. To his horror, the white car then also swerved onto the service road and continued to follow him. In an attempt to shake off the white car, Bear with Hat made a sudden U-turn at an overpass and pulled over on the other side of the highway. When he saw the Dodge still following closely behind him, he sped off and pulled over into a turning lane in front of a hospital at the next intersection. That's when the white car stopped right in front of him with their left turn signal still flashing, and this is where things take a darker turn.
Valid reaction.
Just a few seconds after the uploader started recording to try to get the car's license plate, a man steps out of the driver's side of the Dodge and approaches the car. Another man who wasn't caught by the victim's phone was also getting out of the car, but the uploader hightailed it out of there before he could clearly catch him on his camera. In the description of the video, the victim also mentioned that if the man on the passenger side had not gotten out of the way in time, he would have ran him over and kept on driving. At some point during his escape, the uploader dropped his phone on the floor of his Hyundai Elantra to focus on the road and headed to a grocery store that he knew would probably have a cop standing outside. As soon as the driver of the Dodge saw him head towards the officer, he broke off the pursuit and fled in a different direction. Because of the uploader's well-timed reaction and quick thinking, we'll likely never know what the two men had planned for him that night, but judging by their threatening behavior, it couldn't have been anything good.
Nope.
This footage was captured on November 2nd, 2014, and shows a car speeding down Highway 78 at around midnight. A few seconds later, the video shows the driver slowing down to avoid hitting a suspicious roadblock up ahead, consisting of just 2 traffic cones blocking the entire road.
Okay, I'm gonna just make this shit clear. I love night drives, don't get me wrong, I love driving at night. But some bad things can happen. Depends on what fucking city you're in, honestly. Or what state. But the cities I go to at night are mostly safe. Like, just empty roads. But at the same time, you never know what could fucking happen. Just run over the cone, bro.
As the driver brings his car to a stop, his headlights eerily catch the lower half of a man's body walking suspiciously towards his vehicle. When he tries to drive through the cones, the man stands in his way, blocking the car's path.
That looks
Sensing
like
something
a
is
creepy
off,
guy.
the driver immediately calls out to the man to try to get an explanation.
What's going on? Can I help you with something?
Yes.
Ha.
It probably wasn't the best idea to engage with a man who put cones in the middle of the highway, but then again, they could have been there for any number of reasons. In the caption of the video, the uploader mentioned that as soon as he asked him if he needed help, he saw the man reach into his pocket, and that's when the driver decided to play it safe and sped away. According to the uploader, the man and his accomplice were later detained by the cops, but were somehow only charged with DUI. If the man had been given more time, it's anyone's guess what he would have done, but luckily the driver didn't stick around long enough to find out. This extremely disturbing incident took place at about 7 a.m. on May 18, 2021 in West Pensacola, Florida. In the footage that was caught by a nearby parked car's dash cam, an 11-year-old girl can be seen kneeling on the grass waiting for a bus to pick her up for school. A few seconds into the video, a white Dodge Journey circles around the girl, and although she notices it, she doesn't seem to be alarmed. Unfortunately, the man at the wheel of the Dodge wasn't just casually driving around the neighborhood as the girl might have imagined. Just a minute and a half later, the same white car pulled over at the edge of the roundabout, with the driver completely oblivious to the fact that his license plates were being recorded.
Oh, hell no. Attempted kidnapping.
Once again, the little girl turns her head and looks at the white car several times, but with no real reason to be afraid yet, she stays where she is. That's when the driver gets out of the car and does the unthinkable.
Oh, man. That's just pure fucking evil. If he hadn't had tripped, who knows what would happen. Or would have happened.
In an act of pure evil, the man attempts to steal the girl and carry her back to his car. The girl bravely struggles against his grip, and eventually the man stumbles, causing both of them to fall on the grass. After realizing his cover had been blown, the man runs back to his car and drives away. It's terrifying to think what would have happened to the girl had the man not tripped and fallen, but luckily his license plate made it easy for cops to track him down and arrest him that same evening. Later that night, the West Pensacola Sheriff's Department identified the suspect as 30-year-old Jared Paul Stanga. According to the police report, he was armed with a knife at the time of the attack.
Oh,
It was also revealed
man.
that the suspect had a lengthy criminal history. During the investigation, police also found that the Dodge Journey he was driving had been freshly painted, most likely in an attempt to avoid detection. Disturbingly, 2 weeks before the incident, the little girl mentioned to her school principal that a man in a white car had pulled up to her bus stop and talked to her, but no actions were taken by the school to protect her. After the attack, Jared Stanga was charged with attempted kidnapping of a child under 13, aggravated assault, and battery. Luckily, the girl was reported safe, though obviously pretty shaken up by the events she went through that morning. On November 21st, 2018, a 24-year-old woman named Vanessa Donay sat in the back seat of her mother's Chevy Equinox with her 2-year-old daughter as they waited for Vanessa's mom to finish her appointment at a business center in Windsor, Canada. At one point during the waiting period, Vanessa noticed a suspicious man walk past their vehicle and stare at it for a little longer than necessary. Almost immediately after walking out of frame, the man doubles back around and approaches the car. With an alarmingly casual demeanor, he then enters the Chevy through the unlocked passenger door where he finds Vanessa and her daughter sitting in the back seat. Understandably terrified, Vanessa can be heard screaming at the man. Although the rest of the incident wasn't caught on camera, Vanessa reported that as soon as the man saw her, he gave her a disturbing smile, shut the door, and took off in his black pickup truck.
What the fuck?
After she reported the incident to the cops and posted the video on Facebook, some viewers theorized that the man had maybe just seen Vanessa's daughter, and thinking she was alone, he thought he could steal her. However, others thought he didn't see anybody and was just trying to steal the car. Just 3 days later, officers with the Windsor Police Property Crimes Unit saw the man drive a vehicle into a parking lot near the area of the incident. According to the police report, as soon as the man got out of the car and went into an apartment building, the cops followed and arrested him without incident. The man was immediately identified as 38-year-old Corey Oikel, and as it was later revealed, the vehicle he was found with was stolen, supporting the idea that he was only trying to steal Vanessa's car and not her daughter. Inside his car, the cops also found several stolen items from his previous car thefts, along with a bunch of random receipts that indicated the man had made fraudulent transactions using stolen property. As per the court documents that were released a couple of months later, the incident with Vanessa wasn't exactly Corey's first rodeo. After the cops were able to connect him with several other similar incidents from earlier that year, Corey was charged with 4 counts of possession of stolen property, 3 counts of theft, 2 counts of assault, uttering threats, attempted theft of a motor vehicle, theft of a motor vehicle, theft of mail, and fraud. Fortunately, Vanessa was smart enough to scare him away by screaming before he could do anything even more messed up than his previous crimes. This next footage was captured in 2017 in Thailand. On the morning of December 26th, a 32-year-old radio operator named Mana was looking down at his phone as he walked back towards his car from his radio office when he had an unexpected near-death experience.
Near death, huh? Jesus, oh my fuck. Look at all those fucking lines. Of course they're gonna break. Why is there so many? The fuck are you trying to prove, dude? What the fuck is that, man? The rest of them look fine. This shit is not okay. Somebody, of course somebody's gonna fucking die because of all those fucking lines, dude. Think smart, man. Just think smart before you end up just fucking killing your own people. Like, Jesus Christ, that's fucking horrible. I could never, ever.
As soon as he walks by the power line, the electricity cables above his head spontaneously explode. Had he taken a fraction of a second more to react, Mana would have been struck by the power line, which would have most likely been fatal.
They're
As he
too
later revealed
close
in an
to
interview,
each other
the
is a
explosion was
thing.
caused by an electrical fault due to overheating, which melted the nearby wires. At the time of the incident,
Overheating? Where? I mean, the roads look wet, huh? That's interesting.
the city had seen some pretty heavy rain, which only made things worse. According to sources close to the victim, some cities in Thailand are known for notoriously dangerous overhead cables that litter the streets and pose a significant risk to those.
What is that? Bro. Dude. Fix your shit. This is not okay.
Who find themselves walking under them at the wrong time. Luckily, Mana was able to walk away unharmed, but the incident obviously raises a huge red flag to how electricity is structured in some of these cities.
No shit.
On July 23, 2023, a woman's dashcam captured a particularly disturbing incident in Oakland. The footage follows the woman driving down Skyline Boulevard behind a white Dodge Charger. The poor video quality could be due to the woman's dashcam or to a possible compression when the video is transferred to desktop, but regardless, this is the quality of the original video. Aside from the woman's car and the white Charger, there are no other cars in sight. Out of nowhere, the Dodge suddenly slows down in the middle of the road and stops at an angle, blocking the woman's path.
Come on now, quit around. No.
Excuse me.
Ah!
Stupid fucking
Come on now,
thing.
quit around. No. Ah!
Was that gunfire or what the fuck was that?
As soon as the Dodge stops in front of her car, the driver immediately realizes something is wrong and fear begins to set in. Unfortunately, nothing could have prepared her for what she was about to experience. After getting out of their vehicle, the two men rush at the woman's car and one of them begins banging on the window to make her get out.
Oh.
Although she panics and screams, the driver remains level-headed enough to step on the gas and drive away.
What a
Fortunately,
woman.
she was not followed and made it home safely. In a later
What a
interview,
woman.
the woman, who chose to remain anonymous, said that she had been driving that route for 38 years and had never been the victim of a carjacking until then. Although no arrests have been made yet, the cops suspect that the same two men who attacked the woman may be linked to other carjackings in the East Oakland Hills area, and they plan to continue investigating until they find the men responsible. The driver
Well, that
ultimately made the
Charger's
right
probably
choice in
fucking
speeding
stolen.
away. Had she given into fear and stepped out of the car, a carjacking would probably have been the least of her worries. This footage was uploaded to YouTube in 2016 by a man named Michael Bouchard, who mentioned his dashcam captured the following incident in Denver, Colorado as he was driving home from work one day. Keep your eye on the semi-trailer that appears in the left-hand corner of the screen.
Too bad you think you are. That's why they keep bringing you the gifts.
Part of what pulls these disparate neighbors together and does the same thing in films like John Sayles and others who make movies about communities is that these folks, although not impoverished, are stuck where they are without the wherewithal to move. Wealthier folks could change their circumstances.
As the semi travels through the overpass, the driver approaches the curve a bit too fast, causing the truck to tip over and nearly fly off the overpass from Interstate 70 to I-25. As soon as the truck hits the barrier, the side of the vehicle slices open, causing hundreds of cans of Miller Genuine Craft to rain down on the highway below. After the incident, traffic was backed up for miles on both highways as the truck was towed and cleanup crews removed the beer that had fallen on the northbound lanes. Had the truck been going just a little bit faster, the truck would have plummeted on the road below and caused a horrible accident. Fortunately, though, no one was injured during the incident.
Thank the Lord.
Jared Coker Urbex is a small YouTube channel where the uploader posts raw footage of his explorations of abandoned locations all over the US. Since 2020, Jared has
Spooky.
uploaded over 200 videos of some pretty cool Urbex footage. In March 2022, Jared uploaded a video where he explored an abandoned dog treat manufacturing factory in Wichita, Kansas. For the first few minutes of the video, the exploration is pretty uneventful, and except for the usual couple of strange thuds and bangs that can be heard nearby, it seems like Jared's alone. Even though it's relatively common for homeless people to hide out in abandoned buildings, it doesn't seem like anyone was squatting in the factory that day. After exploring the multiple floors of the building in detail, Jared looks out the window and sees a red car pulling up to the factory and start making its way through the gates.
I think he's gonna go around where I can't see him. I gotta.
That's the scariest part about exploring abandoned buildings is when you're not fucking alone. And that shit right there just tops the fucking cake. Like, god damn. I'd be scared shitless, honestly. I'd be scared shitless if I were exploring an abandoned building and I see a car spinning around the building as I'm just, you know, chilling there, you know. It's not a good moment.
I really do gotta get out of here now. I don't like that.
After it becomes obvious that the man in the red car has plans to enter the factory, Jared does the only reasonable thing in a situation like that and tries to find a way out of the building without being noticed. Unfortunately, the car goes around the building and out of his field of vision, which means that by the time the car is parked in front of the factory, the man could be anywhere.
Oh God. Someone's right out there.
Nah, that's fucking
What do I do?
creepy.
I couldn't tell what he was holding.
The man can be seen walking through the woods toward the front entrance of the factory. To make matters much worse, it appears as though the man has something in his hands, and from a distance, it's impossible to tell whether it's something as simple as a flashlight or a potential weapon.
Oh
Fuck?
my God. Was that a gunshot? I think it was. He had something in his hand too. It must have been a gun.
Over the next few minutes, Jared does his best to find a way out undetected, which is much easier said than done when you have no idea where a potentially armed man who probably knows the layout of the building much better than you do is hiding. And just when it seemed like Jared was going to make it out undetected, this happens.
Whoa, whoa,
Right there.
whoa.
Who else is with you?
Oh, it's just me. You scared me to death.
Okay. Get over there now.
What?
Sit down. Give you handcuffs.
Huh?
Put them on. Got it?
Okay.
Either I can put them on or you can put them on. Take your pick.
I've never put on handcuffs before.
Here, just put them on each side of you.
This guy seems
Put 'em in front of you, that way you can
suspicious.
carry 'em in front, okay?
First off, I would ask him for his fucking ID before I would do anything. Because, it's kind of suspicious that he's just saying, you're under arrest. Like, the fuck?
What's gonna happen?
What's going to happen is the police is going to come and then you take your name and they'll get you for criminal trespassing. It's nothing these days.
So what
Lot
the
better than
fuck
me
is
shooting
he?
you, isn't it?
Was that what I heard?
Yeah,
What'd you shoot at?
shoot it. See people, I shoot at them.
There
If
was
they
no-
run, you shoot. There you go.
Yeah.
Be cool, nothing will happen, okay?
Alright.
Already shot one guy this way, you know, the other one.
Whoa.
It's
No
all-
need to say that.
I'm not gonna shoot you. don't you see? She said something says use of deadly force. What do you think that is?
I thought that was kids spray paint.
No, that's me telling you I'll shoot you. Nobody else is with you, right?
No, it's just me.
Okay.
Bro can't spray paint worth a shit. That does look like a kid spray painting the fucking walls, bro. But if he owns the land, it's understandable. If it's private property, it's understandable. But if, and only if it's public property, he is not authorized to fire or to shoot at anybody who is on the land. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'd say this guy's a little suspicious. I don't know. He's giving me a weird vibe.
I see somebody, I'm gonna end up probably shooting them.
Oh no, if I
Okay.
were with someone and I know you shoot people, I would have gotten them.
Okay. I just don't want, you know, they say wait, they scare me, I'll shoot in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just life.
The man, who appears to be an armed vigilante of some sort, pops out of the bushes just as Jared is about to leave and holds him hostage, even ordering him to put on a pair of handcuffs. During the exchange, it's hard to tell if the
suspicious.
man is in his right mind, which makes the fact that he's carrying a fully equipped assault rifle that much more disturbing. At one point in the conversation,
And he's wearing a fucking police vest. And looks like a mechanic's jacket. I don't know. He seems kind of fucking suspicious.
the man orders Jared to get into his car, and at that point, Jared doesn't really have a choice.
What we're gonna do is we'll throw your camera and your bag in the trunk, okay? And I'll put my gun in there too. Alright? We'll get in a little red car, let's drive up here. Set everything out, the police will come, they'll ask you for your driver's license, and they'll give you a little ticket.
Although Jared didn't record the part where he got into the car out of fear that the man would freak out if he realized he was being recorded, the YouTuber later explained that the cops took an hour and a half to get there. Disturbingly, when the cops finally arrived and while they were all talking, they saw two kids go up to the factory the same way Jared had, at which point the man looked the cops dead in the eye and said that if he saw the kids inside the factory, he was going to shoot them. Unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. As Jared was being taken to the police station for trespassing, the cops got a report that two kids had been shot at the factory. Thankfully, it turned out that the man was bluffing with his weapon, which was only loaded with non-lethal pellets.
Oh,
But
thank
still,
God.
the kids had to be taken to the hospital to be treated for their wounds. During the investigation, the man was identified as 62-year-old Ken Thomas, and even after shooting at the two kids, he was only sentenced to 2 years probation. Since that day, Jared hasn't gone back to the abandoned factory again. In 2019, a group of 5 real estate investors walked into a distressed property in the Angora neighborhood of southwest Philadelphia. The visit to the distressed house started out pretty ordinarily, but a few minutes in, just as one of the investors was about to walk up the staircase leading to the second floor, they noticed something extremely disturbing.
Look at this wire track right here. Look, nail wire, right, that goes up.
Look at the nail
with
over
knife
there.
system. Oh my god. Dude, that kill somebody,
Look
bro.
what is there, the knife. Right there, right there. You see the wire?
You don't see the knife up there?
Right here, you see this wire going over here? It's going right to your heart.
It's on a crutch with a knife.
That's nuts.
Based on what the investors are saying, there appears to be some sort of booby trap system built into the staircase. Had any of them followed through with walking up the staircase, a seemingly innocent house walkthrough could have turned bad very quickly. After analyzing the booby trap for a few minutes, they decided to activate it to see what would have happened to the investor if he had continued climbing the flight of stairs.
Alright, here you got it.
Yeah.
You send this. Look at where you tripping. Stop at
the bottom
of the step. You think? Yeah.
What is it?
At the step.
Oh!
Jesus.
Yo, that straight up killed you right in the head.
Look at it.
Yo, that's right.
No, hold on. You need to stop more. You need to step over.
Yo, that would have got you right in your neck.
Oh my God, right in his head.
Yo, you got
My head.
Disturbingly, the knife comes down right at the level of the investor's neck as soon as the wire is activated. It's hard to imagine what kind of psychopath would booby trap a house like that, knowing that whoever walked up that flight of stairs probably wouldn't live to tell the tale. Even though the trap was built in a very do-it-yourself kind of way with a rusted knife, some duct tape, some wire, and a crutch, the speed at which the knife was designed to come down right at neck level obviously means that whoever built it wasn't playing around and meant to do some serious damage. In the interview
meant
with
to
NBC,
kill someone.
the investor who recorded the whole thing mentioned that he was used to finding some pretty strange things in the distressed houses he often renovates. But even though he was no stranger to abandoned dogs, homeless people squatting, and drug houses with bags and scales, he had never been this close to losing his life, much less to a booby-trapped house. Shockingly, even after what happened, the investors still went on to explore the rest of the house, buy it, and renovate it. Fortunately, they didn't run into any more traps along the way.
Jesus.
Finders Beepers History Seekers is a YouTube channel where urban explorers Matt and Andy document their visits to hundreds of abandoned locations around the world. What's funny about this channel is they always bring their dog Bear with them on their exploration, setting him up with his own
Aw,
GoPro
he's a
camera
cute
to
little
capture
puppy.
footage they might otherwise miss. In March 2023, they uploaded footage of their visit to an abandoned house in the UK.
I love
Throughout their first few
refrigerators.
minutes of their exploration, Matt and Andy come across all kinds of old history books, kitchen utensils, and other abandoned objects, but for the most part, nothing too out of the ordinary. About 25 minutes into the visit, as Matt and Andy are sorting through dozens of history books lying around the house, this happens.
And then why's that got a lock on it there for a bathroom cabinet? That makes no sense at all. Hey, you're just causing so much bother.
It's a cute little puppy. Hey, what's good, bro? Ooh, that dog is at attention.
Let's just run down those stairs. Hello?
See,
Hello?
man, I could never explore abandoned buildings because I know that some of them will have like psychopaths, dude. I would love to, but the world we live in today, I will never do that. I'm not going to risk my life and be a fucking dumbass.
Hello? Hello? We're not secure. We're not going to do anything. We're not going to hurt you. Urban explorers. Just having a look round. Hello? I'm going to have to watch it back. That was definitely somebody running down the stairs. 100% that was someone running down the stairs.
Pretty much as soon as they go up to the second floor bedroom, they hear what sounds like someone or something running down the stairs. It's pretty disturbing to think that someone could have been watching them the whole time, but despite their best efforts, they weren't able to find whoever it was. That's when they decided to review the GoPro footage on their dog Bear to see if it showed anything. And a bit before they heard footsteps running down the stairs, his camera caught this.
Oh jeez. That's fucking creepy. That was someone's hand. Oh wait, no, that was literally somebody under the bed. I thought I saw someone's hand. A squatter of some sorts, maybe? I'm telling you, every time you fucking explore abandoned buildings, you are not
Disturbingly, there was
alone.
someone hiding under the bed in the second floor bedroom. Even though it's hard to see everything clearly with the dog footage, it's pretty obvious that it was a person hiding under the bed. After the encounter, Matt and Andy continued exploring the house for another 20 minutes, and they confessed to feeling pretty on edge after leaving. To this day, they still don't know who was hiding under the bed. It's pretty likely that the guy under the bed was just a squatter who was probably more scared of them and left the house in a hurry to get some privacy, but still, it must have been incredibly chilling to review the footage and realize they were never alone.
You're never alone when you're exploring.
Exploration Unknown is a YouTube channel owned by a guy named John who's uploaded countless videos of his urban exploration since 2016. In March 2019, John and another YouTuber explored an abandoned house where a woman had reportedly taken her life years after the death of her child. Just a few minutes into the video, it becomes pretty clear that the structure of the building is extremely unstable.
That floor is gone right there. That's a deep drop. These floors are not very stable.
Hear it?
Yeah. You guys check out that fireplace.
If that falls, dude, I don't know what it's going to do to the rest of this house.
Yeah, I know, because that's a load-bearing wall out there.
That's going to be a lot of weight to hit this floor. I'm really nervous about that right there.
Yeah, and look at the ceiling.
We need to get out of here before that happens.
When it comes to urbex, a lot of people will talk about the risks of running into a hostile squatter, a rabid stray dog, or the cops. But one of the biggest risks when exploring unstable structures like these is falling through the floor or having the entire building collapse on you, leaving you trapped under tons and tons of rubble. Before John and Tim even get the chance to explore the rest of the house, something pretty scary that serves as a reminder of the dangers of urban exploration happens to John.
Alright guys, I think we've decided to chance it. What do you think, Tim? I think we talked about it.
It hasn't moved anymore.
Let's just stay away from that area.
Yes.
Let's go back here to the room where the wife. You didn't fall through the floor, did you?
No, but it cracked a little.
Oh man, there's a crib in here.
Dude, why are you? Oh my god. Why would you be like, well, you know, the fucking building looks like it's about to collapse. Might as well keep fucking exploring. You absolute goober. You were just asking to die.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just fell through the floor. Ow. God.
You alright, man?
Oh,
We need to go.
We gotta get out of here.
By the time John realized the floor was cracking, it was already too late. Luckily, he was able to shift all his weight onto his other leg before he fell entirely through. Otherwise, he would have plummeted at least 10 feet into the basement below. Obviously, after that close call, the pair of explorers decided to call it a night and carefully treaded their way out of the house and back to the car. Since that incident, John has continued to upload videos pretty frequently to his channel, but he hasn't gone back to that house since. TP Urbex is a channel dedicated 100% to urban exploration, and even though it's only been active for a little over a year, it's already grown to over 350,000 subscribers. In January 2024, a video was uploaded to the channel featuring two young urban explorers visiting an abandoned high school. From my research, the school that was featured in the video was William A. Wirt High School in Gary, Indiana, located less than a mile from Lake Michigan. Even though the abandoned building is in absolutely terrible condition in the footage, it's still clear that back in the day it was probably a nice school. Out of the entire school, the auditorium seems to be in the best condition, with the bright red seats serving as a nostalgic reminder of what the school used to look like before it was closed. As the teens are walking through the aisle,
I would not explore a abandoned high school or any type of school personally. I would just fucking get the creeps automatically, just cause that kind of shit is kind of fucking creepy. I don't know who in the right mind would explore those kind of places. Me personally, I could never. By the amount of horror games that I've played based off of like abandoned high schools and shit, I can never ever go to an abandoned high school or any type of school. It'll just give me the fucking creeps, and then I'll just fucking leave.
They catch a glimpse of a man holding a metal pipe staring them down near the auditorium entrance.
Looks like some kids got in here and were throwing some stuff from the balcony area. Oh, hey, what's up, man? You want us to get on out of here? Hey, we'll leave, bro. We'll leave, all right? Come on. Let's go. Just get out of any door. This door right here. You sure?
Jesus.
Let's go.
The man with the pipe started chasing them out of the building, but stopped when they got outside. It's pretty disturbing how the guy never even speaks to the teenagers. He just starts chasing them with a metal pipe that he probably planned to use as a makeshift weapon. When this kind of stuff happens, you really have to put yourself in the shoes of everyone involved. I mean, the guy—
That's why you conceal and carry a gun. Just saying.
The guy who chased them out, like usual, was probably a homeless guy who had been squatting at the school for a while. Through his eyes, the abandoned, decrepit building is his home, and having two teenagers come in unannounced to disturb your peace when you have nowhere else to go must be pretty irritating. But for the explorers who just want to have some fun in an old building, getting chased out by someone who's armed and probably not in their right mind is also a terrifying experience. In September 2020, John and Tim from Exploration Unknown uploaded a video where they documented their visit to an abandoned altar in the middle of the woods. From the very start of the visit, some red flags came up that John and Tim should probably have taken as invitations to leave.
Where are we? It's supposed to be public land.
Obviously not. It says
Well,
private property.
Maybe it's like this over here, somebody's private property. But I know this over here should be like public land.
I wouldn't take my chances.
After seeing the sign, it's
People
unclear
carry
if the two
guns
explorers
on
are on
private
a private
property.
or a public road. But a couple of minutes later, after following the directions they were given, they got their answer.
I saw something behind you. Shh. Okay, dude, key light. Kill your light, dude. Key. Oh my God, dude, it's a car. Shh. Hide. Dude, they were waiting. Everybody's here. Shh. Get down. Oh God, dude, we gotta get out of here. He shut that engine off. Oh God, he's getting out.
Hey, that thing you damn lights are for.
Oh God. Dude, he's got
Get off my property.
He's got a gun. Okay, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. Okay. Go. Oh God. Tim, you okay? You okay? Get up, dude. Come on. Get up. Are you hit? Oh God, run, dude, run. Okay.
After getting out of his car, a man who we can reasonably assume to be the property owner points his gun at the uploader and his friend and tells them to get off his property. This is one of those situations that you just never want to be in, because on the one hand, if you yell something out to try to calm the guy down, you signal your location to someone with a deadly weapon who may or may not be in his right mind. But on the other hand, if you don't signal your location, the property owner might feel threatened. As they were running out of the woods, the man shot at them, and initially it looked like Tim fell to the ground from being shot at. But it seems like he just tripped either by something on the ground or by being startled by the sound of the gunshot. Fortunately, Tim and John were able to get out of those woods unscathed, and they never went back again. I really don't know where John got his intel about the supposed abandoned altar in the middle of the woods, but it was clearly faulty. And it's a good thing he was able to spot the guy in the car ahead of time. Otherwise...
Man. People are stupid. Like, no joke. People are just fucking stupid. Stupid people. You absolute dummy. Anyways. Those were all the fucking creepy shit that we have for tonight. I gotta fucking wake up early, otherwise I would have been streaming for as long as I can fucking go, but I'm gonna be busy in the morning, so I gotta wake up pretty fucking early to do all that good shit. So, that is all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I appreciate all of you lovely people, and I am the Inquisitor.